Margrau from the club media. You explained us after the last league games what it means to play in the Spotify Camp Nou, but tomorrow you can play the first Champions League game in the stadium. Does this change anything? Is the feeling different? And especially knowing that after getting better, doing better in the championship, you have 3 important points tomorrow. Well, in the end, it's a great motivation to play in the Camp Nou, and being the first Champions League game, it adds more exhilaration, so we need to game tomorrow's game very motivated. Hi Gerard, Germán García, Nacional. In your position now, you play as centre left. The last games by Hansi Flick. Is it alternative position? Are you feeling easier here? Are you more lateral? How does it work with Hansi Flick and for the future? Thank you. It's a position where the coach wanted to try with me in the preseason. I'm feeling very comfortable there, so I have no preference. I feel well in both positions, so where the coach decides I have to play, I'll be there. Hi Gerard, Elena Condis, Cadena Cope. Relatively little time ago, you were 5 points behind Real Madrid. Yesterday, with their defeat, you are 4 points ahead. How do you feel that in the among yourselves, and were you watching the game? Well, I watched the game. It doesn't mean a lot because, as you said, some match days ago we were behind. Now we are ahead. It's always better to have some margin over them, but there are teams like Villarreal that are doing pressure, but we're concentrating ourselves. Hi, my name is Martín Vanguardia. I would like to ask you for the role of your grandparents. Yeah, they're always you in the stadium. They were at the time when were your renewal. So what is their role with your personality and your career? Thank you. They play a very important role because from very small, since I was very little, I was close to them. Now they are elderly. It's more difficult for them. So it's good to have them have a good time, to have them happy. Hi Gerard, Santiago Valle, que te jugó ser Catalunya. How was the moment when you had the conversation with Hansi Flick, when you talked to you that they're going to play as a central and a central back? What is your relation with Hansi Flick, who has shown you a big trust in you since last season? Well, it's what I said before. In the preseason, he tried one game. Then in the beginning, for certain reasons, I didn't play any game there. But I knew that one day it could be my turn to play the central back. And when I was to play there, he told me that if I was prepared, asked me if I was prepared. I said yes. So, well, he gives me much trust, always. Hi, Gerard. Alejandro Segura, Radio Marca. The team is now in a good dynamic after the game against Atletico Madrid and Betis. Do you have the impression that this game against Eintracht is very important and that you cannot, if you want to get into the top 8, you need to win all games? So it's tomorrow like a final. Well, we are in a good trend and you want to go on improving, as you say. Tomorrow is a game we cannot leave any more points in the Champions League, so we address it like any game. We need to win it and to be in the top. Hi, Gerard. Jordi Cart, Mundo Deportivo. In the last weeks, you did some changes regarding pressure and also in the defense. You play now in the center. Where do you feel most... What is the difference, asking you, between playing the left back or center back? Well, as a left back, you need to do more pressure, and center back, you need to look more the coverage and the one-to-one. You need to try to improve, as we're doing in the last games. Hi, Gerard. Victor Martinez, I would like to talk about your position. Had you ever played before as a left central, and if it is like this, what do you like best about this new position compared with left wing, left back? Well, I had played 1 or 2 years there in defense of 5, which is different. but things are quite similar. And in the end, well, as a central back, one very important thing is, as we play, to play out the ball. This is a very important aspect, and, well, that's one of the things. Hi, Gerard. Good morning, afternoon. David Ibanez, this Marca Mediaset. You've been talked about this distance towards Madrid. This has changed. It's plus 4 points. Do you feel more favorite to win the championship? You said, as you said, it's better to be ahead. Well, I don't know if you are favorites or not. In our mind, we always have winning the championship, and for that we need to win as many games as possible in order not to reduce this margin towards the other teams. Hi, Gerard. Jordi Garcia, BTV. You have been for 1 year and a half in the first squad, and the trust by Hansi Flick has increased, and now you're playing as a central back. It also falls into a time where the team is playing better. Do you feel a very important piece within the squad? And you feel yourself more as being a central back than a left back? Well, I feel important in the team, and this is how the coach tells me. Well, now I have to play more as a central back. Perhaps later I will play more left back. I've prepared for both, and I'm willing to play where the coach tells me. That's it. Hi, Gerard. Guillem Borges, Gigantes. I would like to ask about the thing Chesney said some days ago. He said in the semifinals in Milan he saw you quite appalled by the defeat, and he came and told you that you had to think where you were 2 years ago, where you were playing, and how far you had done it. You were in the main squad, give 2 assists in the championship semifinal. Was that a turning point? Because this season we see with much trust at the great level. And what meant that message to you? Well, I think that was kind of a turning point. He saw me quite down and he wanted to cheer me up. He told me not to cry, that I had to be proud of what we had achieved, that things had changed a lot in the last 2 years, and I had to be very happy with the game I had done. So, hats up. Hi, Gerard. Adrià Regats, Dia del Barça. For some months, there's been a social media trend that you are the triumph of the working class. Are you aware of that? And do you think that any football player would fit into that? Well, I've seen these things circulating in the media. I really don't know where this comes from. I really don't know what it means or what they want to convey with that. But, well, in the end, I define myself as a humble working guy. Well, be it. Hi, Gerard. Nacho Jiménez, Más que Pelotas. Whenever you've been asked what is your reference in the left back, you've mentioned Jordi Alba. Now you're playing as a central back. What is your reference, or whom do you follow to improve in this position? Honestly, as I always play in the left back, not that I looked at anybody specific as a central back, but seeing looking at my colleagues, how Eric, Ronald, Christensen, all central backs, it has helped me to adapt there. José Luis, Punto Deportivo. Barca is struggling without not getting any goal, allowing any goal. So what do you think Barca needs to improve? I think we are now in a better moment from a defense point of view. It's true that the way we play will always need to be concentrated over 90 minutes, because we know that if you are not aware, we're vulnerable, so we try these things not to happen. Last question. Hi, Gerard. Gerard Martín, I would like to ask you, all this time you've talked there's been a talk about Gerard Martín. Is he a reference you've been considering to adapt to this position? Have you looked at views of him? Or have you talked with Flick about this subject? Well, it's clear that Íñigo did a great year, and he was a great leader. And I've also looked upon him, and in video analysis, I've seen pictures of him to see how to do things. Hi, Hansi, from the press club media. Tomorrow play Eintracht, that had played very well in the Bundesliga last season, but you both score many goals. Do you think that tomorrow, one of the keys of the match is who is most inspired in attack? Thank you.
Well, Champions League is different, so everything was what was before didn't count. So Eintracht has a good team, very young team with a lot of intensity, fast players also, and also they know how to adapt their system. And for us, we have to play on our highest level. So if we do this, okay, then we are able to get 3 points. But it will be tough because the result wasn't good, the last results from them, but I know also that they can hurt us a lot when we are not playing on our best level.
Hi, Ramon Salmurri, Catalunya Radio. The team conveys a different air, a different picture, and different feelings. I would like to know if you have struggled a lot with breaking this complicated dynamics, and you as a coach, has it been difficult to you to find this right thing for the group?
No, I think everyone knows what happens in the last 3 months. So we had a lot of injuries. We have a lot of players who are out, very important players who are out. So the last also weeks we have to manage the minutes, the load of every player, because it was not easy. I think when we see our last lines, it's like that we covered this last line, this last 4 with 6 players at the moment. So it's also not for them. And when I see the match against Betis, the last 10 minutes, they were exhausted. So it's really not easy for them to play always on this highest level and with the control. And but I'm really, this I said this morning also to them, because the last line doing really good. So we get pressure on the ball. We are very connected. This is what we want, what we also need. And the line, they always for me, they played on another level than maybe 1 month, 4 weeks or 5 weeks ago. And especially Cooper, he's 18 years old. We always forget this. He's 18 years old. He played, I don't know, it's the 3rd season. But the last match against Betis, he has 87, I think, passes and 100%. So no pass to the opponent. Like this is I think he was the first player ever to reach this in La Liga, and this is great. It's also, you can see his quality, and when he's playing on this level, is also good for us, for the team, but also for the last line.
Hola, Hansi.
Hi, Hansi, Marta Ramon, Raku. Now you've had a look at this season start with all the injuries you've had. What value do you give looking at the table and see you have 4 points ahead of Real Madrid, and that you have more points now than at the same time last season, despite having lost the Clásico? So what value do you give to giving at this position and seeing how your arch rival is in a bad circumstance? It's clear that there are many games ahead, and you look always on what you do.
This is absolutely right. We're always looking ourselves, so we don't looking to Real. We don't want to speak about them, because it's necessary that we are 4 points ahead, and this is really good. But we also know that it's a long journey at the end of the season, and of course we have at the same point we have some points more, but it's a different season. So we have to give our best, because also we had in the second part of the last season we had a fantastic moment. So this is also on this level when the opponents are Real, Atletico, Villarreal. Yeah, you have to give all your best in every match, and this is what we want to do. But tomorrow, the most important match is against Eintracht in the Champions League.
Hola,
Hi, Hansi. Good afternoon. Laura Brugués, TV3. At the training session, you've seen that the three goalkeepers were training. Does it mean that Ter Stegen could be in the convocation against Eintracht in the squad?
Buenas tardes, Mr.
Good afternoon, Alfredo Martinez. You'd like to keep with the positive things. We've seen, after all the vicissitudes of this year, all the injuries, do you think that the team is approaching the best version of last season with a margin to improve? This team could even offer better feelings over the year?
I think it's always not finished about what we are doing. So it's always a progress possible, and this is what we want to do. So for me, it's important that we in the training, but I think it's not so many time also in this moment to train a lot of things, but also what I can see when we're doing something in the training, they try to show it also in the match, and this is for me a really positive thing. So I'm happy at the moment about the quality we have, about the level we played, and this is positive. But of course, we always want to improve. We always want to train for get better. I think we have also a lot of potential more.
Good afternoon, Mr. Flick. Mari Carmen Torres, Diario Marca. You said that Ter Stegen could get into the squad against Eintracht. Does this involve with you some dilemma, or are you clear that Joan Garcia is your standard goalkeeper? Thank you.
John is number one.
Ferran Correa, sport newspaper. Tomorrow, the Champions League comes back to the Spotify Camp Nou. There hasn't been any Champions League game for more than 3 years. You've played 3 games in the Spotify Camp Nou with 3 victories. How important is it for the team to having come back to the stadium and playing in the Camp Nou?
I think for everyone was a dream to come back and play in the new Camp Nou now. It's also important for the Champions League because I think it's a really important match for us tomorrow. So we have to win. We want to win 3 points. We also want to show our best level. So this is what was important tomorrow.
Laia Cervelló, The Athletic. How important is it to you to have players like Gerard Martín, who through work have been able to have a place in the squad, and how do you value his action as a central back?
Very good. So it's sometimes it's like also good to have players in the team. They also like to work. So for they are standing for the attitude, for the mentality, show everything on the pitch, and he always tries to give the best for this team, and also I think he lives his dream now, playing for Barca, and how you can see him, he's very he have the confidence, he believes in what he can do, what he can give also for the team, and for us also it's great. Also on this position, a player with a left foot give us a little bit more opportunities and more options to play out, to build up, and he's doing really good these things.
Hi, Hansi. Josep Soldado jugó en el Sexta. Last week you told us that you didn't watch the game of Madrid against Girona. Yesterday Madrid lost against Celta. Did you see the game? Anybody told you? You didn't see it either?
Last season, so like last match, I lay in the bed and of course then plop up a WhatsApp and then I know, okay, there's something happened, and then I looked at this and yeah, it's only like that. You know, we want to focus on ourselves, so I don't focus on that, because it's you know, you waste too much energy for this, and I want to keep it for my team. It's more important.
Hello, Coach. Graham Hunter for UEFA. Congratulations on the fact that the team is playing at a very high level. It's tremendously entertaining. So many of their footballers are developing. But you've talked about progress and improvement. You always do. And you often talk about match control and decision making. Can you explain a little bit about what that means to you, match control, that the players aren't yet quite showing as much as you want them to do?
Yes, of course. I don't want to inform you too much, because we play tomorrow against a huge opponent. But for me, control the game. It's very important. So when you lose the ball, you always have to change in the defense. So yeah, sometimes it's like that, and we had this situation a lot in the past. Yeah, and then we have to defend. We have to run more in the back. So for me, it's more how we can do it. We can, when we have the confidence, when we believe in, and when we are well connected. So it's important to the positioning. Then we can really control the game, control the ball, and you can see it's like when we analyzed the match against Betis or against Atletico, it was like that. We were a unit, really very tight and well connected, with a short pass from one side to the other side. This is important, and of course also when you're well connected, also when you lose the ball, you directly can press. And this is the thing what we take care about, and they are doing it really, really good at the moment.
Hansi,
Hey.
grüß dich.
Hansi, hello, good to see you. How special is it to play against the German team? Before it was Borussia Dortmund, now it's Eintracht Frankfurt. Yeah, it's something special, because I've been working a lot in nearby. I also live nearby, and yes, my grandson is Eintracht fan. I think they do a great job. They have a young team. Maybe they are missing they are missing cohesion. But yes, but due to their players, due to the intensity they have in their team, in their football, they also play a very fast football, and they always can inflict damage to the opponent. Therefore, we have to stick to our plan, to our play. We have really to execute to a plan and really play on a very high level.
I've been told we had 11 questions. Sorry. So there's time for one more question, the really last one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. While we're talking about Ter Stegen, Julian Nagelsmann had said that that Ter Stegen gets a chance to play in the championship, World Championship, when he plays a lot and when he plays well. So have you talked about Nagelsmann, whether Ter Stegen has a chance to become number one again, or have you also talked to Ter Stegen? Always talk with Mark, but not with Nagelsmann. He hasn't contacted me yet.